Benvenuto, welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking. My name is Mark. Today we're going to make some fresh, locally grown corn on the cob. Depending upon when you watch this video, this is the very beginning of August. I think what's today, the 3rd or the 4th, hun? Fifth, it's the 5th. All right. So in my opinion, really the last week of July, first two weeks of August is the best time for locally grown fresh corn on the cob. Also, it's a perfect time for your locally grown tomatoes. I got some of those today too. But anyway, so last week we had some people over the house for the weekend to go take a dip with us in the pool, and I picked up some corn, and we kind of had a discussion of how do you make corn? Well, some people make it in the microwave, Lisa, which I'm not quite sure how that works. You don't even have to, you don't even peel it, you just throw it in the microwave. I should look that up on YouTube and see how that's done. Some people were talking about roasting it, making it on the grill, and I said, no, we're going to do it the way my mother always did it. All right, so this is boiled corn from straight from the 1970s. We didn't have no stinking microwaves. We didn't have to wear a helmet when we rode our bike. We drank from the water hose directly from the in the yard. Anyway, it was a different time. So this is my idea of the ideal summer sweet corn. All right, so now I'm going to only do 4 ears for us tonight because it's just Wade and I. But usually I'll do between 6 and 8. Basically the same measurements. It'll work for the 4 too. So I've got some beautiful, fresh, local, this is called super sweet corn or sweet corn. Okay. Looks beautiful. All right. So of course I have peeled or shucked it, I think they call it, right? Now, you don't have to do this, but I like to neaten it up a little bit. So of course, you could just break that off and it will come off easy. But I like it to be a little neater. So we're gonna let's cut off that little tiny bit. And then you also, you got the little pointy part there. We'll cut off a little of that. Now, if you want, you could also cut them in half, all right? Not everybody eats a whole ear of corn. I certainly will eat a whole ear of corn, and so will Wade. And plus, we'll have some for tomorrow. All right, so guys, we got our super sweet corn. This will work with butter and sugar corn, whatever you want. The only other 3 ingredients, well, there's 4. Okay, so in this pot, I've got a big pot, and I've got about 8 cups of water in there. All right, so for 6 to 8 ears of corn, I always use 8 cups of water. All right, that's boiling. I've got 1 cup of whole milk. Now, you could use 2% milk. Again, a lot of times when you're cooking or baking with milk, it's the fat that you want in there, right? So we got that boiling. I'm going to put our milk in. And we got a whole stick of salted butter. Now, my mother always used salted butter with this. I always use salted butter with this. You could use unsalted if you want. If you have a problem with salt and you want to cut that down. But I find that if we use the salted butter, we don't have to, you don't really have to salt it. I mean, I think, from the table, maybe a little bit of butter, but that's all you really kind of need. So we're going to put that in there. And again, the sugar is optional. I've got regular white cane sugar here. I always put a good helping tablespoon in, all right? You could admit this. Depends upon how sweet the corn is. I like the corn even a little sweeter. We only have fresh corn on the cob a couple times a year, so let's enjoy it, right? I'm asking you, right? Yep. All right, guys, believe it or not, that's it. We're going to let this come back to the boil. I'll throw the cover on it. It will boil faster. And we'll talk a little bit. This has been a beautiful summer. We've had, a couple cool days. We've had, a lot of rain. But the time that we've had when it was beautiful days, it's been beautiful. We're doing a good stretch of 4 or 5 days now of at least 4 days of, high 80s, blue skies, mid 90s. It is hot and humid. But the good thing about that is we've been able to use the pool a lot. I've gotten in the pool almost every day, really, since other than if it was raining or it was really, really cold. Wade has gotten in almost every day as well because I really enjoy the pool. But we went in a little earlier today. We're going to go in as everything is cooking up as well, or I will at least.
Yeah.
But it's been a great summer, considering some of you know that have watched us for a while. I had a little bit of a health problem last year in mid-July, which kind of killed our pool season, which was our first full year of having the pool open since we bought this house. So it's been nice that it's been so beautiful out this year so far. Hopefully, and I know some people aren't wishing for the hot and humid weather, but I am because of the pool. But it would be nice if we could get through some really nice pool days in August and maybe even into early September. But we'll see. Yeah, that's just about at the boil. All right, for our purposes, yeah, it's boiling. I'm going to say it's boiling. And the reason you bring it back to the boil is it's going to depend upon how long you want it to cook. All right, so I'm just going to drop those in. Now, when I say how long you want it to cook, I have found over the years doing it this way that I let it boil for exactly 8 minutes and then I shut it off. Just leave it there in the pot until we're ready to eat, which is, usually within 10-15 minutes of that. So I think 8 minutes is the perfect time to do it. Depends upon how al dente you want it or how crunchy you want the corn. If you want it a little bit softer, let it go for 10 minutes. If you want it a little more crisp, let it go for 6 minutes. All right, so, okay, Google, set a timer for 8 minutes.
Okay, 8 minutes. Starting now.
And that's basically going to be our corn, guys. In 8 minutes, it'll be ready to eat. I haven't added any salt to it. So really, in my opinion, all you need at the table is a little bit of salt and pepper, if you like pepper on it as well. Maybe, put out a little bit of butter in case people want that extra decadence of the butter. But the milk and the butter together just make it taste delicious. So, we'll see you in about 8 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Okay, stop. All right, guys, we've been boiling away for our 8 minutes. A couple times while it was, I just, kind of pushed them around and stirred them a little bit. But other than that,
they smell good.
Doesn't it smell delicious? Look at it. It's beautiful, bright yellow, creamy looking. To me, this is the way summer corn should be eaten. I'll save the roasting and the cheese and all that for the fall. So like I said, serve with a little bit of butter on the table if you want, some salt and pepper, and enjoy. We're also going to have some chicken that I'm cooking on the barbecue right now. So there you go. My version of the perfect summer corn.
They look so nice.
Doesn't it look beautiful?
It's
It's going to taste delicious too. All right, guys. We got our nicely barbecued chicken. We got our corn on the cob, which is the star of the day. We did both put a little bit more butter on it. But why don't we give our corn a taste?
Absolutely.
Because this is what we made today. I think it just looks beautiful.
It does.
So nice and golden.
Nice presentation. Now good corn. This is still
That's
crunchy.
delicious. Yep.
Sweet.
Yep. That's always we always get
Absolutely.
good corn
That's
from that.
awesome.
Yep. It was just kind of what this is my childhood in the summertime. The corn on the
The only thing I
cob.
don't like is mushy corn. This is nice.
8 minutes program. As I drop food out of my mouth. And then, guys, we got some nice
Halloween napkins.
Halloween napkins. We got some nice barbecued chicken. Now, I did this, and we haven't been big barbecuers over our many years together, but this year, I mean, we've gone kind of through stages. Oh,
Yeah, you're good.
I got a piece of, oh, thank you. We've gone through stages, and I think we've both kind of perfected how to cook on the grill.
Yeah.
And I think the big takeout on it is you got to do it slow. Wade doesn't like his things too charred. I like them a little bit more charred. But I think the secret, whether it's a hamburger or a steak, tips, whatever, is you got to take it slow.
Exactly.
Or else it's going to burn to a crisp.
Yep.
So anyway, that's my take on it. I'm going to eat some more corn.
This is amazing corn, guys. You got to try it. Try it this way. Thank you for watching our videos. Please remember to like and subscribe. You got to say something else?
I was just going to say ciao.
Oh. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Like and subscribe. See you on the next one. Ciao.
That is delicious.
Mm-hmm.